Christmas is a minefield, particularly if you've been working hard on your fitness the last few months. Food's everywhere, willpower's low, temptation's sky high, and it's way too easy to lose control. But here's the thing, you don't have to choose between enjoying Christmas and staying in shape. Because in this video, I'm going to show you 6 simple ways that you can enjoy Christmas without getting fat. No skipping Christmas dinner, no avoiding the champers, and no judging looks from relatives. Just smart, practical advice that actually works. All right, first up, and this is a big one, the mindset shift. Because I want you to go into Christmas with the right mindset. If you don't do that, the other 5 are pointless. Christmas is 3 days max. You've got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day itself, and Boxing Day. But that's only if you're going all out. So we're talking about 3 days, not 7, not 10, just 3. And even if you have 2 or 3 off days, guess what? None of the progress that you've made in the last few weeks and months is going to be ruined. And I think it's really important to have that perspective going into this week. Okay, now let's talk about weight gain versus fat gain, because these two get mixed up all the time. Let's face it, if you eat a big Christmas dinner, you'll probably see the scales jump the next day. But that's not fat. That's water, food weight, and glycogen. Glycogen is basically carbs stored in your muscles. It's not fat. Because here's the truth. For you to gain just 1 pound of fat, you'd have to overeat by 3,500 calories. Think about that for a second. That's like eating an entire second Christmas dinner on top of the one that you've just demolished. Most people aren't gonna do that, even if it feels like you are. The point is, the bad days are never as bad as you think they are. But this is the real trap, telling yourself that you can't have certain foods or feeling guilty if you do have them. That's how you fail, because if you try to avoid everything, sure, you'll maybe manage for a couple of hours. Then you'll have a drink or two, you'll crack, you'll binge, and you'll feel guilty. Restriction leads to rebellion. So here's what I want you to do instead. Allow yourself to have the things that you love, but do it on purpose. If you know you're gonna have Christmas pudding, do it. Enjoy it. Don't fight it. Plan for it. That way you stay in control, not reactive. And even if you have 2 or 3 bad days, it's not the end of the world, because you're never more than a few good days away from being back on track. It's not the bad days that hurt you. It's allowing them to spiral into bad weeks. And 3 bad days isn't going to undo months of hard work. So here's the mindset shift. Forget being perfect. You don't even have to be good or bad. You just have to remind yourself that you're in control. Small wins stack up. That's how you stay on track this Christmas. Okay, number 2. This one's simple, but it's a game changer. Here's how it works. I want you to think of your calories like a weekly budget, because you've got a certain amount of calories to spend each week, not just each day. So if you know that Christmas Day is going to be a big one, which, let's be honest, it is, bank some calories in the days before and even the days after. That doesn't mean starving yourself or skipping meals. It just means being a little bit more intentional and mindful. This way on Christmas Day, you're not in panic mode, because you've already built some flexibility. You can have that extra roast potato or that slice of Christmas cake without feeling like you've blown it. And this way it doesn't feel like a sacrifice, because it's your choice. You're in control. You're playing the long game and you're not reacting to every meal. And here is the best part. You don't need to track your calories. In fact, I insist that you don't. Nobody should be tracking their food over Christmas. If you've been doing it, fantastic. It's a great habit. But I want you to take a mental break from it just this week. The key here is to be smart, not extreme. So bank your calories, and when Christmas Day comes, you can enjoy it guilt-free. Number 3 is a classic, but it works every single time. When you sit down for a meal, start by eating your protein. Why? Well, because protein fills you up faster and keeps you full for longer. It's like giving your hunger a head start. So by the time you get to the more indulgent stuff, the pigs in blanket, the roast potatoes, the Christmas cake, whatever it might be, you're already starting to feel full. So as a result, you're naturally just going to eat a little bit less. So when you sit down for your Christmas dinner, go for the chicken, the turkey, the ham, or whatever your main source of protein is first. Load that up on your plate before you reach for the sides. Again, this isn't about restricting yourself. This is about playing it smart. And if you fill up on your protein first, you're far less likely to overindulge. And this isn't just for Christmas dinner. You can use this rule for every single meal over the festive period, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If there's a protein option, make that your priority. You don't have to count calories or avoid the food that you love. Just start with the protein first, and the rest will take care of itself. I promise you. You know what's funny as well? People stress about Christmas dinner being a fattening meal. But for a lot of people, it's the highest protein meal they'll have all year. A lot of people aren't feeling stuffed after their Christmas dinner because they've eaten more calories. They feel full because it's the most protein they've eaten all year. All right, we're halfway through, so if you're enjoying this video, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss more videos like this in the new year. Fourth thing I want to talk to you about is the one plate rule. Here's how it goes. When it's time to eat, you go for one plate, and that's it. One plate to fill with whatever you want, although make sure you get that protein in. But the point is, no second trips, no, oh, I'll just have a little bit more. But I don't want you to turn this into a tiny portion plate. I want you to load it up. If you want to have roast potatoes, stuffing, pigs in blanket, whatever it might be, go for it. But it has to fit on one plate. This one works because it forces you to be intentional. You're going into Christmas dinner with a strategy. And as a result, you'll naturally start prioritizing the food that you actually want. And that little moment of thought is what keeps you in control. One plate means one clear start and finish point for your meal. And the beauty of it is you still get to eat everything that you want. All right, number 5 is the 2-drink rule. This one kind of explains itself, but I'll go into a bit of detail of how you manage it. Whether you're at a party, a Christmas dinner, or just any kind of social occasion over this period, you limit yourself to 2 alcoholic drinks and that's it. Why 2? Well, that gives you enough to feel like you're taking part, to enjoy yourself, to avoid any judgment from other people, but it stops you from making mindless decisions. Again, this is all about keeping you in control. Because we all know what happens after drink number 3. Suddenly, every snack bowl within 10 foot is getting demolished. But with 2 drinks, you're still present, you're still sharp, and you're far less likely to start mindlessly snacking. A lot of people stress about all the calories that they eat over Christmas without even giving a second thought to the calories that they're drinking. But alcohol is loaded with calories. So if you're at a dinner, order a drink with your meal. But if you're at a party, space them out. There's no need to chug them back just because everybody else is. But if you're thinking, Doug, 2 drinks just won't be enough for me, ask yourself this: how much fun are you really having after drink number 3? The truth is, after a couple of drinks, the law of diminishing returns kicks in, and each drink gives you less enjoyment than the last. But the problem is the impact on your choices gets worse. And we all know that nothing good happens after midnight, and the hangover is almost never worth it, particularly if you're waking up to screaming excited kids or judgmental in-laws. So, keep it to 2. You'll still have fun, but you'll wake up feeling a whole lot better. No hangovers, no regrets, no, why did I eat all the chocolates at 1 a.m.? And if you feel like you need to be holding on to a drink, because I get it, I've been there, go and grab yourself a 0 beer or a diet soda. I guarantee you, after a few hours, once the drinks have been flowing, nobody's going to notice. This one has been a genuine game changer for me. And last but certainly not least, number 6 is all about daily non-negotiables. These are small wins that keep you on track no matter how busy or chaotic it gets. So what I want you to do is pick 3 simple and non-negotiable habits that you're going to do every single day over the Christmas week, no matter what. You don't want these to be massive, time-consuming tasks. So I'm not talking about committing to a gym session or tracking every calorie. Keep it simple. So you could do a set of push-ups or bodyweight squats every morning. Find at least 20 minutes to go for a walk, preferably after the biggest meal of your day. Have protein at every meal. We've already talked about that one. Or the other one that you could do is set yourself a daily cups of water target. These non-negotiables aren't about being perfect. They're just about keeping you consistent. Because again, when you're consistent, you feel like you're in control. And when you're in control, you make better decisions everywhere else. And the magic of these daily non-negotiables is that they remove decision fatigue. You don't have to think about it, debate it, or convince yourself to do it. It's just what you do every day. Even during Christmas week, these small wins keep you in the game. And that is the aim of the game right now, because not every week, particularly Christmas week, is a week that you have to win. As long as you're staying in the game, you're not failing. These habits remind you that you're still moving forward, even when things are chaotic. And that way, when Christmas is over and January rolls around, you're ready to hit the ground running. And that's it. 6 simple ways that you can enjoy Christmas without getting fat. Again, I really want to stress, these aren't about being perfect. They're about being smart and helping you to stay in control. That way you can have a good time without any of the guilt or the worry. So I hope you have an amazing Christmas, and I'll see you soon.